Hello, everybody. It's Zack Rhodes for the weekly update. Few things today. First of all, I still have 2 more Bioshock videos recorded before I have to record more. This week is a very busy week for me. I have to write a research paper. 8 to 15 pages. So, yeah, that's going to be something. I already started work on it, but a week from today is the due date. Also, happy Thanksgiving, American Thanksgiving, to those celebrating. It should be obvious, but I'm always thankful for you. I'm thankful for the people that support me, the people that support the people around them. Just seeing, like I say in every video, seeing the people that go out of their way to be kind to the people around them and to do the little and big things for them. I appreciate it. So thank you. I'm thankful for you. As for other things, I said last week that I wanted to try to stream. I obviously didn't. And yeah, I'm going to be honest here. I want to stream. Like, I enjoy streaming. I enjoy like the interactions, especially with stuff like Mario Kart, where we just get to have fun together. But I just do not feel comfortable being live. Like, I can make these videos because they're recorded and then uploaded, and then I can I can deal with any potential harassment in my own time, essentially. The same with Twitter or Blue Sky or whatever. If people want to bother me about something, then at the very least that there is a little bit of a barrier. But doing a live stream takes away a lot of that because you're in the moment there, and it's a lot harder to deal with things and process them. And even if you have like your mods or whatever on call to get rid of stuff, as soon as you see a comment, like even if it's handled immediately, as soon as you see something, it sticks in your mind, and that's a lesson for like any interactions you have with people. You can apologize for something, you can walk it back, but as soon as someone sees what the negativity that you put out, it's gonna stick with them. And I think everyone experiences that. You see it all the time. Like, you have 100 nice comments and one mean one, and that's the one that you remember. And that's just human nature. It's not a fault, particularly in the person that's being annoyed. But yeah, so I just don't feel comfortable doing live streams because of the uptick in harassment against Jews, and some of the harassment that I've personally gotten over the past few weeks. And I don't want to particularly open myself to that, and not only ruin my streaming experience, but also for the people watching, because they don't want to deal you don't want to deal with somebody who's like trying to ignore a racist comment that was just presented to them. So I for the time being, I don't see myself streaming, unfortunately. I tried, like Tuesday, I really tried to psych myself up for stream, and it was just a lot of anxiety, and a lot of that anxiety might just be that I haven't streamed like regularly in a few months now, so you get out of it, and I have stream anxiety in general. But yeah, just I have an extra layer of that right now because I'm Jewish, and there have been just a lot of things happening in America, Canada, Europe, TikTok. I don't want to go into it, but there's just like a ridiculous amount. It's any amount is ridiculous, but like there's been a ridiculous upsurge in anti-Semitic activity, and yeah, so I don't necessarily want to put myself in the line of fire for that. And it stinks because, you living your life saying I don't want to make myself a target is like, it's, I mean, it's weird for me to say it about myself, but it's victim blaming, saying like, oh, I'm Jewish, so I shouldn't, have too much of a presence so that I'm not a target. That's not how you live your life, and that's not how, the problem should be handled. And it's the same, or it is similar with like, other minorities or, genders or whatever, where people say, don't make yourself a target, like you're the problem because people can't control themselves. And it's just it's a toxic mindset to have, but it's also just happens to be a fact. So yeah, I just don't want to put myself through that. And some people may think that I'm exaggerating, but or overthinking things, which is possible with the streaming anyway, because who am I that people are going to target me? But I think people that aren't Jewish don't really understand how much anti-Semitic activity we're being exposed to right now. Like, you don't go looking for it. I try not to go looking for it, but it's kind of presented to me because, I follow my friends who are Jewish, and they have, there's Jewish news sites and things like that of like what's going on. So like, I'm a lot more in tune with things that are happening than people that just follow social media, So yeah, there's just been a lot of stuff. I've had like a few friends, every so often being like, wait, are you telling me, like, last night, I'm going to call you out. Last night I was having a conversation with John about blood libels. There's a anti-Semitic conspiracy theory from a long time ago. This is back in Europe, one of the reasons that they tried to make pogroms, but a conspiracy theory that Jews baked Christian baby blood into our matzahs for Passover, which is wild because human blood isn't even kosher. But they don't care about that. But yeah, so that's something that still goes on now. Like the idea of drinking human blood is like from not just vampires, but like from a anti-Semitic blood libel. I mean, the word blood libel, I don't know if people outside of Jewish circles even use that word, but a blood libel is literally because of the stuff from old Europe for Jews. So yeah, people are like discovering like, oh, like this is still a thing. Like there's Elon Musk on Twitter got into trouble, amongst other things, for promoting another anti-Semitic conspiracy theory of that this one I actually didn't know about, that Jews apparently are promoting mass minority immigration to predominantly white countries to displace the white population. It's the Jews are doing that, which wild. Like, I don't even know where to start with that. But yeah, anyway, Jews own the media, they own the banks, we have space lasers apparently. Although that's kind of true now. Israel shot down a rocket from space. That was kind of neat. But yeah, we're kind of, we own Hollywood. So we own everything. We're responsible for everything. We're bloodthirsty murderers and conniving penny pinchers and all the other stuff. So a lot of that has been just resurfacing and surging, and like I said a few times already, a lot of people don't really notice that because they're not Jewish, so they're not like in tune with the stereotypes and terminology and things like that, or they just don't want to deal with it because it has nothing to do with them, which is fine. But being a Jewish person and being online means that I've been exposed to an incredible amount of anti-Semitic rhetoric, especially over the past month and couple weeks. But in general, like, I see it, when I was like earlier on YouTube, like 10 years ago, there was like a lot of casual anti-Semitism, even in like some of my friend groups that I just kind of tried to laugh off, because I know they weren't trying to do it and they're just being edgy or whatever. But yeah, edgy people aren't very funny to me. But yeah, so this is all a rambly way of saying that, like, I'm not really comfortable putting myself out there because as bad as you may think the anti-Semitism has been, it is a lot worse. I can guarantee that unless you're Jewish, you have not been exposed to the amount that I have. And that's really something, not just with my experience, but like when you're trying to empathize with microaggressions and racism and minorities of ethnic minorities or gender minorities or whatever, you're trying to empathize and say, like, I can see that there's just a lot going on. I can guarantee those people are dealing with a lot more than you see. So, just be kind to them. I'm not saying just for myself, but like for people that you see that are like complaining about, racism or bigotry, just understand that they feel it a lot more than you do as an outsider. And, just keep that in mind when you're trying to tell them that it's not so bad, because you don't really know that. Yeah, it's a difficult conversation to have. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that a little bit. And again, I'm not trying to like paint a sob story of like, woe is me, look at me, I'm so, everyone is out to get me kind of thing. Because, there's a lot of people that have a lot worse than me. But, yeah, I'm just trying to let you guys know that even though it has been over a month since everything started, it has in fact not gone away. And people are actually getting significantly worse with the amount of overt anti-Semitism as opposed to coded, So, yeah, just keep vigilant on the things that you say and the people you promote, again, because people are getting a lot less subtle. Anyway, to completely change topic and I guess try to end on a better note, this past week we had, like I said, we had two Bioshock 2 episodes. I did 2 more drawings for Patreon, which I'll show in a second. Just want to see if there's anything else I'm forgetting over here. I tried to be a little bit more active on Twitter, and I think it was successful for a short amount of time, and then things started ramping up again, and I kind of just dropped off. Yeah. Oh, Sea of Stars tweeted out my Garl artwork from last month. So that was super, super cool. It has almost 3.5 thousand likes on it. So one of my, actually, this might be my most viral piece of art. Obviously, I'm not the one that tweeted it out, but it is probably my most viral piece of art. So, yay. Got a lot of people that were also Garl fans on that. Lots of good comments on that, so I was happy. I got Miss Say being like, I scroll by and I recognize that art style. So I'm glad that I have a recognizable art style, because that's not something that I think that I have. let's see. Scarlet and Violet is a year old, which is wild. Mario RPG came out last week. I didn't do a first impressions on the game. I might try to record that today, depending on how I'm feeling. Like I said, I'm just really, really busy right now. And I have a whole Let's Play of Mario RPG. The first impressions would obviously be on seeing like how the remake is, but it's kind of weird that they just call it Super Mario RPG, not even Legend of the Seven Stars. Like, it's not HD or anything. Like, this is a really plain cover. I know it's like based on the Super Nintendo, the Japanese Super Nintendo cover, but also this is just really plain. Like, the inside is nice. It's the world map, but still. Anyway, also, I totally forgot that I had pre-ordered these, but Ganondorf and Zelda Tears of the Kingdom amiibo, so that's cool. I just like them. But I did do a Switch impressions. Okay, so yeah, nothing else over there. So, art. The first art that I did, let's get this brighter. The first art that I did was Lucy the Rabbit Girl, which I've drawn before, as Modeus from the Helltaker games. I think it's a game. Yeah, it's a game. So I really like how that came out. And the other one, which I think is one of my favorite arts just in general, is Bridget from Guilty Gear, who's Best Girl. So yeah, I just really, really, really like how the facial expression came out. She's very, very, very cute. I love how the shadowing on the jacket came out and stuff. I think it's just super, super nice, and it's definitely going to be one of the things I print out to bring to MagFest. So yeah, that's cool. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you for listening to me. I appreciate the people that just kind of listen to me rant. I know I have like my locked Twitter where I just kind of have been whining a lot there as well, and I appreciate that people have not told me to shut up. I think it's important to listen to people when they talk about injustices, whether they are perceived or real, and try to be non-judgmental about it. Listen to them, listen to their side of the story, and just let them know that they're safe, because I know that there's a lot of people in the world, not just Jews right now, but there's a lot of people in the world that don't feel safe in their particular environments. There's just a lot of hate out there, so it's just up to us to show some empathy and make sure that the people we care about feel as safe as possible with us, because you don't know if you might be the only one that they feel safe with. So it's a big responsibility, definitely, but I think that it's important to always keep in mind. But yeah, thank you very much for listening, as always. Thank you for being kind to the people around you. Thank you for not prejudging people. And here's hoping for better times, as always. Goodbye, everybody. Bye-bye.